Well, good day to all of our awesome internet and mobile friends, family following. Lamont Silver Sr. here. Gosh, isn't that a beautiful, beautiful background? By the way, if you ever want to know where I get some of the pictures for the backgrounds that we use, in many cases, I simply go to Google, type in wallpaper, landscapes, something to that effect, and then something that grabs me, then we use that for our background for today. Listen, we've got a very important training today, so you want to make sure that you pay attention to this, but I do want to give a disclaimer initially, and the reason being is that when we do video or any type of video training, we know that there are a lot of tools and resources out there that people can use to leverage the video. So we might intend the video for a specific audience, let's say maybe just for a member of, let's say in a network marketing opportunity, for instance, and we might be doing training specific to members of that opportunity, but it's not meant as an enticement to try to recruit other folks. The reason I say that is because oftentimes you've got to be very careful when you are showing back offices, you're showing commissions and things of that nature. So here's my disclaimer. This video, I'm going to be showing the back office. I'm not going to show the name of the company. Those of you that are following us intimately, you should recognize the back office. Because I am going to talk about commissions and commission payouts, but I'm doing this from a training perspective. This video is not meant for enticement of new people, so I'm going to ask anyone that has this video, don't send this out as a presentation or part of a presentation for any of your new prospects. This is meant for training purposes for folks that are existing members and for training purposes only. Okay? Well, there's my disclaimer. Okay, so now, what I want to do is I want to share one of the income streams and one of the primary income streams that we are promoting is, I don't want to mention the name of the company because I am showing commissions, but most of you should know who are seeing this. The opportunity is related to Bitcoin and more specifically Bitcoin mining. And I want to show you how, or make sure those of you that are part of the opportunity already understand when you're reading in your back office. So when you go in your back office, there's a tab there. I think it says earnings or something to that effect, in which case then you're going to see commissions that you've earned. And so I want to make sure you understand this, okay? I'm going to start right here where it says US dollar. That's the easiest one. So for instance, with this particular entry, we earned $25, okay? Now, remember that with this particular company, we are not paid in US dollars. We're paid in what? We're paid in Bitcoin, and my chair is falling down. This may happen a couple of times. Act right, okay? All right, so we're paid $25 worth of Bitcoin. And then over here, this tells you what Bitcoin was going for. How many US dollars does it take to buy one Bitcoin as of when this commission was earned? So Bitcoin was going for $330.99 in US dollar terms. So in order for me to get 25 US dollars worth of Bitcoin, am I paid 25 US dollars? No, I'm paid in Bitcoin. But it denominates, all right, $25 worth of Bitcoin based on this Bitcoin pricing at the time that commissions were generated. This is the amount of Bitcoin that I earn. And so we can verify this by pulling up our calculator. All right, and if we take 25 US dollars divided by $330.99, then this represents, you see that? It's the same, 0.0755398, okay? All right, so now you understand how that looks. Now, I've blurred out any usernames here. So let's just take a look at this, all right? So for instance, now this came out of my Team 4. Now, Team 4, remember there are 4 teams as you're building up the referral network. Your first team is made up of your first 2 personal enrollees. My chair's going down again. Okay. in which case you earn a 15% override from the purchases made from those first two that you personally enrolled. Your second team starts with the third, fourth, and fifth personal enrollee. Now you make 20% from their purchases, but when they refer their first two, so when the third, the fourth, and fifth person refer their first two enrollees, and when those first two refer their first two, and when those first two refer their first two, so on and so forth, you get a 5% override. When you move into your third team, you get a 25% override on those you've personally enrolled. That would be your sixth, your seventh, and your eighth personal enrollee. But when they have the first two, when they get their first two and they get their first two, you get a bump up in commissions, and you also earn when they get their third, fourth, and fifth. Now, this is not a commission summary, so I'll just kind of leave it at that. What happened here is I'm getting 2.5% because I've got folks in my fourth team, meaning I personally enrolled 9 or more. Gosh, this is getting on my nerves. Okay, will you stop? Okay, I don't know why it keeps going down. All right, so these are people that, I personally enrolled far more than 9, starting with my 9th going forward. Those folks are in my fourth team. And then as they refer, and then their people refer, and their people refer, I'm getting varying amounts. So you can see here that I got a 2.5% commission on someone's purchase from my team 4, 2.5% commission on someone's purchase from team 4 here, 7.5% here, and 27.5% here. This is a personally enrolled. So this was a really nice commission. This was, if we back in the numbers here, all right, we earned $550. We were paid 27.5%. So this was on a $2,000 mining pool purchase, okay? Not a bad commission at all. As a matter of fact, in previous enterprises where we had a daily payout model, I would have gotten at a max maybe 10%. So I would have earned like $200. Here we earned $550 denominated in Bitcoin. Now I wanted to show you this. This is very interesting. All right, because Bitcoin prices are volatile. All right, they're going to go up, they're going to go down, they're going to go down, they're going to go up. Okay, I want to show these two right here. This 3750, this 3750, and this 3750. Okay, so pay attention to the two 3750s that you see here. You'll notice I'm getting 7.5% coming from my team 4, 7.5% coming from my team 4. So, that's all the same, okay? But what I want you to notice is where Bitcoin was priced at when these purchases were made. So, for instance, with this particular commission entry, when they issued commissions on this, Bitcoin was going for $305.75 a coin. Now, I still earned $37.50 worth of Bitcoin. That's what I want you to get. I still earned, it didn't matter what the Bitcoin pricing was, I still earned 7.5% commission on that purchase. And I believe that was a $500 purchase. Let's see, $37.50 divided by give me a moment. I'm sorry. 3750 divided by I'm sorry. I had a little brain fart there. My mama doesn't like that word fart. I'm still a mama's boy. I didn't do something right. 3750 divided by 0.075. Okay, yeah, that was a $500 purchase, okay? So both of these were $500 purchases. So both of these are going to garner the same amount when denominated in U.S. dollars. 7.5% of $500 purchase is $37.50. However, what that means in terms of the Bitcoins that I earned are two totally different things, because that is based on whatever Bitcoin was going for at that particular time. So in this case, Bitcoin was going at 305.75, right? And you can see the amount of Bitcoins that I received to equal $37.50 worth of Bitcoin based on the Bitcoin price at the time that the commission, that actually it was at the time that the purchase was made. It's time stamped when the purchase is made and shows up in the BitClub Network system, and then commissions are paid accordingly from there. Now, look at this one here. This 7.5% commission was at $338.29. So I want us to pay attention to these two here. Pay attention to this $37.50. Bitcoin was going for slightly higher, $338. And really, that, to be honest with you, that's not just slightly higher. That's a, gosh, let's see here. 338.29. Subtract out 305.75. If I did that right, that's about almost an 11% increase. So basically what happened here is that Bitcoin, increased in price from this transaction to this transaction. All right, there was about an 11% difference. Okay, so what happens here is, even though I'm paid $37.50 in Bitcoin, even though I'm paid $37.50 here in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin was at a lower price here, notice I earned more Bitcoin. I earned 0.1222, so on and so forth. Where over here I earned 0.110. Now, why is this important for us to note? Because we know there's going to be fluctuations in Bitcoin pricing, okay? And as I'm doing this particular recording, we've actually seen what would be referred to, if we were in the stock market, this would be considered a bear market for Bitcoin, meaning that it reached an apex, it reached a peak, and there's been some corrections, there's been some selling of Bitcoin, more selling than buying, which has caused the price to come down. And so when you first see that, you might say, oh my gosh, Bitcoin is has come down. And again, if you've never traded in the markets before, you might think that as a bad thing. When, as a trader, someone who's traded full-time in the stock market, full-time in the foreign exchange market, embarking upon binary options trading and futures trading, when I see prices down, I get excited. It's like things are on sale. So for instance, notice here that when the price was depressed, when the price went down to 305.75, my commission was still $37.50 denominated in Bitcoin. But what did I earn? I earned more Bitcoin. And this is going to be important because I'm going to come back and do another training, maybe like a part 2 or part 3 of this, where I'm going to talk about that volatility and what that means for us, particularly since most of us are going to be in this is what I refer to it as the Bitcoin accumulation phase. In other words, I like the fact that Bitcoin was down at 305.75 here, because I earned more Bitcoin than I earned when Bitcoin was up in price. I'll tell you what, let me see if I can find another one where Bitcoin was maybe even higher. Let's see here. Well, it's not on this one. It's not a 37.50. I was looking for another one that was 37.50 when Bitcoin was even higher, to give you a sense, but I didn't take a screenshot of that. But I think that's enough for you right now. So let's just make sure you understand this. All right, so when you're reading this, over here is going to be the amount of Bitcoins that you earned based on that commission. All right, what that means in U.S. dollar terms, so 0.07553098 in Bitcoins is 25 U.S. dollars, all right, based on a Bitcoin pricing of 330.99, okay? Here, we earn 50 U.S. dollars, all right, but what does that mean in Bitcoin? Because we're not paid out in dollars, right? We're paid out in Bitcoin, 0.1510663 when Bitcoin was at 330.98, all right? So it looks like these commissions came in almost around the same time. All right, now there was a little differential here between the time here and this Bitcoin transaction was at 305.75, and this is the amount of Bitcoin that we earned. So what you'll see, I'm not going to show this here, but what you'll see up at the top is you'll see the amount of Bitcoins that you have in the system and what that equates to in U.S. dollar terms based on the current Bitcoin pricing. So let's say it said that you had 10 Bitcoins, okay? Well, what that is valued at right now is going to be different than what it's valued at an hour from now, a week from now, or a month from now. Why? Because Bitcoin prices are ever changing, either going up or going down, okay? All right, so I just wanted to show you how to read this, and then again, it gives you what percentage of the commission you earned from what team, and the username, which I blanked out here for anonymity's sake, okay? So it'll give you a fair amount of information, and we'll come back and we'll do some other trainings here to assist you in better understanding your back office. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together. Ooh, not bad. Ooh, not bad. Ooh, not bad. Let's change the world together, starting with yours.